There's nothing like the smell of fresh pine, a burning campfire, and whatever human body parts Baldi has probably stashed in it. It's all a very scenic experience. Indeed, the time has come to leave the fluorescent and winding halls of the schoolhouse and seek a different kind of hell. Since the very beginning, the Baldi's Basics universe has captivated the imagination in such a deep and profound way that one could only describe it as a phenomenon. The schoolhouse is such a strange place, filled with strange entities who seek to push their will onto us, if only to feel they have some smidgen of control. A pathetic act of delusion. For Baldi is the one who is truly in control. His authoritarian grasp over everything that happens here is chilling and absolute. Posted on the wall are the rules of Baldi's schoolhouse. And like running in the halls, drinking in the halls, eating in the halls, and escaping detention, the rule of no fourth wall breaks is enforced with the harshest of punishment. In our last Baldi Story You Never Knew, we unraveled the mystery of File Name 2, a hero who dared to break the fourth wall to sound the alarm and save whoever he could. Unsurprisingly, tragedy struck. His being itself was corrupted, demoted to a simple pair of pants, a shirt, and a face that is, well, you get it. And watching over him is an equally corrupted Baldi, staring down from above with his oppressive gaze. Despite being stretched and distorted across space and time itself, he is relentless. For when File Name 2 tried to warn us about the terror of this place, any language that directly broke the fourth wall and therefore acknowledged this place as a lie was bleeped and blared out. The knowledge of this is almost too much to bear, but perhaps our demonic prison warden has in his heart a twisted feeling of mercy. He offers us freedom from these walls and even his impossible math problems. Carried by the wheels of Joe's, I mean Baldi's bus, we shall embark to a place where humankind has not shielded its fragile form from the elements. Nature has called, and within its feminine embrace there is the promise of adventure. An adventure led by the man of disciplinary action himself. The demo has been updated, and with that comes new insight into the mystery. So roast some marshmallows, step in a bear trap, and travel deep into secluded woods with a man who doesn't seem molesty at all. This is the story of once comforting symbolism shattered by a mind who knows no empathy, of a false reality presented as true. The story of darkness retreating only from the blaze of a flickering firelight fueled by authoritarian rules and our reluctant duty to follow them. This is the story of Baldi's Basics field trip demo. The story you never knew.
Let's go camping!
Ironically, we begin our adventure into nature inside of civilization, specifically the familiar yet different schoolhouse. In it, we have an invisible wall so shameless it isn't even invisible, and then another wall which does not want us to pass. And yet, we can. And so we do it again, and again, and again, until the principal.
No breaking the fourth wall in the halls.
What did he say? He said no breaking the fourth wall in the halls! The conspiracy is confirmed even further. Indeed, we broke through 4 walls. There is to be no mention that this universe is not true reality. But that's no surprise, is it? So let's leave this finger-wagging nincompoop behind and head outside with Camp Counselor Baldi.
Let's go camping!
Ugh, your voice makes my skin crawl, and who is Joe? I'm sure he's fine and not dead or imprisoned. But just to make sure, why not walk outside of the fake barriers around here and take a stroll where no ground exists and see what's going on? Seems like a solid way to find some Easter eggs. Naturally, we get an outside view of the principal's fourth wall breaking place and Baldi's eyes peering at us from behind a double door with 2 signs that read no on either side. What lies behind these doors? And why is Baldi so protective of them? Walking closer doesn't yield anything, so the answer is we don't know. Anyway, after we agree to go with Baldi, we're taken to the campsite. Baldi lets us know he'll set up the bear traps and tells us to keep the fire lit. Unsurprisingly, if we can't do that, then we get a thwackin'. But if we collect a big enough pile of sticks and throw it in the fire, we hear a wow echoing through the forest. You can really hear how impressed he is. I mean, it sounds like a sarcastic Owen Wilson wow, so obviously Baldi isn't really impressed. And if you keep that crappy terrible fire burning, you'll run down the timer and get a half-assed victory screen and a new item. Incredible. Wow! And that's not all, folks. New characters have been added to this camping jamboree. There's the familiar bully who is so blessed in physical strength he hides behind a tree that he moves around. Then there's the sock puppet capable of teleporting you back to the campsite in the same way it did in the original game. It appears after walking behind any no sign. And then we have, what the hell is that? It's blowing out the campfire! Hey, I worked hard on that, you asshat! It almost looks like a cloud. And then, if you look around long enough, you may come across the number 99 on a tree. Does Baldi have 99 problems and Jump Rope Girl ain't one? While Baldi doesn't seem like a Jay-Z type of guy, this number is certainly interesting, and I couldn't piece it together with anything else in this demo. However, upon seeing this mysterious number, an assault from many socks ensued. We know the sock appears after passing a no sign, but never before seeing this 99 did an army of socks appear. This forest is mysterious. And of course, the lore of the series has always been somewhat of a mystery. In fact, in Mistman 12's Kickstarter video, when addressing if there would be lore in the finished game, he just started laughing all creepily and silently. And so, when a game comes from a mind like this, is it really so far-fetched to think that a conspiracy is what ties this all together? The entities work to please Baldi and make our life a game for his amusement. This is the reason they steal our sticks. For if we fail to keep the fire lit, it's the only excuse our antagonist needs to make us the brunt of his rage. The bully, the sock puppet, and now a stupid weird cloud all partake in Baldi's game. Perhaps most interesting among these entities is the cloud. While we already knew the more mundane things served Baldi, it now appears our antagonist controls even the elements of nature. His power really is absolute. And so, what else is there for a dictator to do than play games with the only one who might escape and ruin everything? Everything we do is a dance set up to amuse the ruler of this place and add a thrill of the chase to such cruel thwacking. Indeed, Baldi, the controller of everything, the false god of Spoopland, doesn't like a winner. It's why his math equations are impossible. It's why he revels in corporal punishment. It's why he holds everyone under an iron curtain of oppression and wills the elements of nature against us. This demo isn't just a demo. It's a demonstration of how things really are. Baldi, in a twisted, bizarre bout of mercy, decided to take us out camping in the hopes of convincing us that him and his hell aren't that bad. He wanted to give a taste of freedom, a false promise of a meaningful life in this terrible, horrible place. A field trip during an endless, monotonous school year. But it was just more of the same, wasn't it? A trip into the darkness where bear traps bite us and the once soothing symbol of a campfire is corrupted into something more ominous and shitty. The darkness is symbolic of Baldi's intentions, and the fire is a symbol of light, flickering ever so brightly in the endless sea of monotony that is this camping trip and this schoolhouse. Keeping it lit gives us nothing but a dumb item in the end, but fuck it, this game is stupid, and maybe there will be more in the next update, and at least there's a new character, so that's pretty cool, I guess. That's the story of a tyrant's pathetic attempt at sympathy. The story of a false god whose control lies in the fourth wall remaining intact. The story of Baldi's Basics field trip demo. The story you never knew. And that's my take on the Baldi's Basics camping demo thing. Best video we've ever made, right, Treesicle Team? Anyway, when that update comes out, I sure hope it has more to sink our teeth into. I mean, this got pretty deep, right? So hit that subscribe button and smack that bell. You'll get notified as soon as we post a video, and we'll blow your mind with more dope stuff. Deep stuff. Speaking of deep stuff, I solved and answered and whatevered all of your most burning Five Nights at Freddy's Ultimate Custom Night questions, so click here to check that out. We love interacting with you guys, and that was a great opportunity to do just that. Do it! That's all I got for today. I'm Grant, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!